Hi there, today we're going to have a look at the Core Verve wooden riser. So let's get it unboxed. Right, so here we have the Verve box that it came in. This is from Core Archery. It's a traditional kind of wooden riser. This is a 24-inch left-handed version. Obviously you can get different sizes from right down from junior sizes up to this sort of full size that will make a 66, 68 or 70-inch long bow if you vary the length of the limbs on it. So this is the 24-inch version. So it's quite a long box, quite a long riser. This is a standard kind of wooden riser that you would use for beginners. Or also a starting bow, really, if you're just getting into archery. It's good value for money, around kind of 30 English pounds for this. Really good value for money, and a great way to start archery. But also look at, and I've reviewed this before, is a Core metal riser out as well. Now if you want the foot to feel a kind of a heavier weight and you want a metal version, there is a metal version of a beginner's riser, and it's not much more money than this wooden version. So, and I have done a video on it, and I'll put the link in the description below and also in this card just above if you can see it now, if you want to go and have a look at that. Right, so this is how it comes. It basically comes on its own. You won't get anything with it really. You won't get an arrow rest or anything special, or a string, or obviously anything like that. So it's just wrapped up. Let's take the box away. So we've got a nice looking wooden riser, lovely colours in it. It's like a kind of a red, brown, and light kind of beige wood effect, which is really nice. Let's point out some aspects of it. Right at the end you've got a standard bolt, really good bolt head on this actually, really easy to grip and get hold of. And what you do is you would just slot your top and bottom limbs in at either end and then just tighten it down. Tighten them down with the bolt. Remembering to make sure that you put the bottom one in the bottom and the top one in the top. The limbs should be labelled for you. So what else have we got? Well, we've got a thread here for a long rod on the bottom here. And then if I turn it sideways, we've got a thread for a button or plunger. If I just turn it over this side, you'll see the thread a bit easier. And then finally on here we've got mounting for a sight. So this riser can be used for a sighted recurve, or you could just use it without the sight and the stabiliser and have it as a barebow bow. So no sight involved on that. It's got quite a nice curvy shelf on it. You could obviously shoot the arrow directly off the shelf if you wanted to, but I would recommend getting some sort of plastic arrow rest to begin with, and place it over, line the holes up, make sure it's level over here. Possibly the Hoyt Hunter rests, the black ones, they're quite hard wearing and only about sort of £1 each I think. So that would be a really good rest to buy to put on this at the same time as you order this really. Obviously this riser is available at all good archery retailers. But there's not much else to say about it really. So we've got a 24-inch and a left-handed. I measure it end to end. You can probably see there it's showing just under 2 feet, which is where we get the kind of 24-inch from. Here's 23 inches, and then 2 feet is just where my thumb is on the end here. So that's the measurement we're looking for there. Size wise, it doesn't really matter, does it, too much about the width, but we're looking at kind of 8 centimeters, just over 3 inches there at the kind of widest part. Yeah, it's a very nice feeling riser actually. It's got a nice feel to it. You could always put a bit of grip on it or rough it up a little bit if you wanted to, if you're a bit like me with sweaty hands. But yeah, really good riser, nice weight and really good value for money at around kind of 25 to 30 kind of English pounds. Obviously then you've probably got some postage on top of that as well. But overall, a really good beginner's wooden riser. And the ones that you may have used on your archery beginners course a lot as well, and you may have borrowed these after your beginners course at your local club as well, so you'll be well used to kind of using them and shooting them by now, hopefully. There are different manufacturers. There's like the black sheep wooden riser and limbs. I have reviewed those as well. If you're looking at different makes, check out my other video on that. I'll put a link in the description and a card above if you can see it right now. There's not much difference between them. You might find that the bolts are slightly different designed, might not be so grippy. Otherwise, they'll be fairly similar. They'll have a long rod, thread, a button thread, or plunger if you want to call it that, and mounting points for a sight. Other than that, they will be very similar look and feel, really. So don't be hung up if a certain one's not in stock. Do look at other makes as well, because they're all pretty similar, to be honest. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give us a like and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you soon.